Welcome back to my channel. I'm your comedy coach, Linda Landeros. In today's video, I'm deconstructing waiters who are nauseated by food from the Dana Carvey show, which originally aired back in 1996 and stars a very young Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell. Before I deconstruct this sketch, let me tell you a little bit about this sketch show. The story of this sketch show is wild. Let me take you back to 1993. Dana Carvey was like America's comedy sweetheart. He was one of the biggest stars to come out of Saturday Night Live, and he left SNL to start his own sketch comedy show. And it was highly anticipated. People were excited about it. He was a comedy genius. He still is. So on the heels of his success from Saturday Night Live, he starts the sketch show, the Dana Carvey show. The first episode, from then on, it was just downhill. People did not get it. They didn't respond to it. It was such a highly anticipated show, and it absolutely flopped. So what happened? Well, a few things. And it's all explored in this Hulu documentary called Too Funny to Fail. Again, I'm not encouraging you to sign up for these streaming services. They're not paying me to tell you this. I'm just telling you where I learned this stuff from. Anyways, to sum it up, this show didn't do well in its time because it was in some ways ahead of its time, and the comedy was just so weird and niche, and that didn't work for the time and the network that it was on. ABC became owned by Disney, and his sketch show became even more of a pariah because it didn't fit in with the tone of ABC Disney. But a lot of the sketches from the Dana Carvey show, ironically, they stand the test of time, and they're some of the funniest sketches ever. And some of the biggest comedy fans will tell you that these sketches are actually pretty genius, including waiters who are nauseated by food. Before we get into our sketch breakdown, make sure you watch this sketch first so you know what the hell I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Waiters Who Are Nauseated by Food, I've got a link in the description box below, so go watch it first, then come back to this video. And let's begin with the setup, which is accomplished in a familiar way if you've seen my sketch breakdown of Liza Minnelli Tries to Turn Off a Lamp. We have the title card and an announcer announcing the name of the sketch, the joke of the sketch, and now, waiters who are nauseated by food, or whatever he says. At the very beginning, between the voiceover and Stephen Colbert's first line, we get the who, what, and where. And that's what our setup needs to have. Who, we've got the waiter and the back waiter. Goddamn cats, get out of my video. What? They are taking someone's order. Where? At a restaurant. Boom. Who, what, where? Establish that quick. Get to the conflict. The conflict is your second part of a sketch. We arrive quickly at a conflict when the patron asks to hear the specials and the waiters are visibly uncomfortable, but they reluctantly begin to name the specials while visibly holding back, gagging, and obvious disgust. Your conflict should tie into the game. Remember, a conflict is what happens, a game is what's funny, and the game is rooted in the behavior of the characters. Quick recap, what is game? Game is a pattern of unusual behavior that heightens. The unusual behavior here is that the waiters can't seem to get through doing their job without gagging. Characters who can't do what they're supposed to do. Sounds like a familiar game. Simple but impossible task, anyone? We saw this game as well in the sketch breakdown for Liza Minnelli Tries to Turn Off a Lamp. There's a lot of parallels between that sketch and this, which goes to show you you can play the same game in multiple different sketches without copying a single detail from anyone else. Because the game is the behavior and it's what's funny. It's not all the specifics and the details or the plot. Now, here's something new I'm throwing at you on this channel. Game can be subjective. What you see as the unusual behavior might get worded differently than what I see or other people see. And it might make you label the game differently, which, because we're going to test our knowledge and understanding of the game by pitching a new sketch with the same game. So depending on how you word the game, that's going to change your ideas for other sketches to pitch. So maybe I look at this sketch and say the game of this sketch, Waiters Who Are Nauseated by Food, is sickened by your occupation. So maybe we cut to a new sketch where we've got a podiatrist who shits himself when he sees feet. Or maybe we have a doctor who faints when they see blood. Now that you've established your game, we need to heighten or exaggerate it. As the waiters make their way through the listing of the specials, their mild gagging turns into violent dry heaving, and it becomes harder to keep their composure until they're barely holding it down at the end. We get to the button, or one final joke, the ending of the sketch. It's not the ending of a story. We're not trying to end this nicely. We're just trying to get out of this moment on a funny note. This button is really fun. The patron asks for just water because the patron sees, oh, they're clearly nauseated by food, so let's just stick with water. And the waiter's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. They can pour the water, no problem. Maybe we can get a little bit of bread. Oh! And then they just lose it, right? There's that shift in the end where we think they're finally going to be able to do the thing that they couldn't do, only for them to still be incapable of doing it. The twist in expectations helps lead to bigger laughs. Well, folks, this has been Deconstructing Waiters Who Are Nauseated by Food from the Dana Carvey Show. Or by that point, I think it was like the Pepsi stuffed Dana Carvey Show or the Taco Bell Dana Carvey Show. I don't know. The documentary actually is worth a watch. There's a lot of lessons you can take away from the failure of that show, but it's success way after the fact. It's kind of weird. Watch it though. Watch it for free if you can, because I'm not getting paid by Hulu to tell you about it. If you found this sketch breakdown helpful, check out the other ones in this playlist. If you're ready to learn more comedy, and not just sketch comedy, you want to learn improv and stand-up, you got to check out my Intro to Comedy online class. I teach you the fundamentals of stand-up, improv, and sketch all in one class. So no matter what direction you want to go in, you have a foundation in all three. Check that out. It's linked below. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, all that good stuff. Turn on the alert notifications. Hit me up on TikTok and Instagram at Your Comedy Coach. I'm Linda Landeros. I'm your comedy coach, and I'll see you in the next video.